Welcome to Broadstairs Life. Welcome to Broadstairs Life. Today I'm sat in the St Peter's Church here in Thanet, hence probably a slight echo as we speak. I'm sat here with Rev Alice and Rev Matt. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Now, I think it'd be nice if our listeners got to know a bit about you guys.
Right.
Alice, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be here?
Well, it's a long story, so I'll keep it short. I came to this very late. I started looking into being possibly training for ordination when I was 60, when most sensible people are retiring. And it was the first time I found what I really wanted to do in my life. I had to struggle rather a lot with 7 years of training, writing essays with people who are, the age of my children. But nevertheless, it was the most joyful and the best thing that ever happened to me. And here I am, and I just love it. Matt is very patient with me, putting up with this old bat sitting here. But,
But you can tell by the look on your face you love it.
I do.
Because you're using...
It is just the greatest joy to be here. And the people are the greatest joy. They really are.
Yeah, so it's the community bit.
It is absolutely the community.
Brilliant.
Yes, it is.
Brilliant. Matt, yourself?
Yeah, well, a similar story in a way. I used to work in schools and do all that kind of stuff, and then felt prompted to explore all-day ministry, which I resisted as much as I possibly could for as long as I possibly could. And then it got to the point where you couldn't ignore it anymore. So I went off to train, the same as Alice, and I was a curate, which is a kind of trainee vicar. I was a curate up in Bexley, in Kent, South East London kind of way. And then in the summer of 2023, I moved here with my family. And I remember coming in to have a look at the place, and we came in the church actually for the first time. I thought, oh yeah, this is it, this is the one, this is where God wants us to be. So here we are, and it's a joy. As Alice said, it's a joy every single day. There are good days and bad days. There are we deal with all sorts of stuff. But every day is a joy, and it's a joy to be here, and it's such a wonderful community and such a wonderful town. We are so blessed to be here.
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you find here you've got a very big community involvement in what you do? Because obviously you've got the church, but you've got the hall next door, and that springs off lots of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sundays are only actually quite a small part of what happens in the life of the church, which I'm really pleased to say. We're blessed with a good-sized congregation who come and worship on Sundays, but we have something going on absolutely every single day. The church is open every single day, and people are invested in this place. It's been here 900 odd years, so everybody in Thanet has some kind of connection to St Peter's and the graveyard and the halls, as you say. You might come to a group here, or did brownies or guides or whatever it was once upon a time, and things that still go on. So there is a real community feeling about the place, which is really lovely.
I think it's interesting you touched on 900 years, because this church is very significant, isn't it? Because it's the only church in the country that is allowed to fly.
Yeah, one of
the Royal Ensign?
The White Ensign.
The White Ensign, yeah.
So at the top of the tower, we have a flagpole, and we are able to fly the White Ensign as a result of the church's role in the Battle of Trafalgar. That's right. And it was used as a signalling post, I think it was, which is quite amazing, really. And actually, if you do go up to the top of the tower, which I do from time to time, which is a lovely thing to do, you can see the whole coast of Thanet from Margate and further around towards kind of Westgate and Birchington, all the way around to Ramsgate and Pegwell. You can see the whole thing on a clear day.
Wow. Who changes the flag? Who puts it up and down? Is that you, Sally, or is that you, Matt?
No, we have a wonderful volunteer who does that for us, so that's good.
Right. That's lovely. And the other thing is, the church itself, I know from doing the guiding, the original was over to our right, wasn't it? Just as you come in the entrance, you turn right. That was the original part.
So that Lady Chapel there, that is the original part. And the tower was there originally, but it fell down in whatever 1600
Oh,
or
really?
something. Yeah, so they had to move it over here. But you can still see in the pillar there's a sort of a notch where the bell pull used to be. The rope used to.
Really?
It catches on the column, on the pillar. But this church is because it's so ancient. Things have moved around a lot. I mean, the pulpit that is now there used to be here in the middle.
Oh, really?
And there was a gallery round here. So in Victorian times, they remodeled the church a lot.
Wow.
And you look at it and you think, for example, the paintings on the ceiling over there of the apostles and so forth. You think, well, that must be ancient, but actually it's Victorian.
Yeah.
And we have no ancient
old,
windows here.
Anything pretty is Victorian. Is the
really?
general rule. Yeah, the Victorians did pretty. They did the windows and they did the ceiling. Although there were paintings on the ceiling originally, and I think the story is a wealthy benefactor in the 1700s decided she didn't like them and plastered over them, and they then couldn't restore them, but they have replaced them. Yeah. I mean, it's got such a lot of history to the place.
Because you've got two big benefactors in St Peter's, which were the Lovejoys and the Mockets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, they're in the graveyard.
Absolutely.
So they were an important part to this.
We've got one of them here.
Oh, you've got one of them there?
One of these two here is a Mocket or a...
I never knew that.
Yeah, go and have a look. I mean, there are the graves. There's the Lovejoy who used to be by the altar, and the stone has been moved. Yeah. But also, this was the place where people came and paid their taxes and stuff. I mean, it's got all the background of civil life as well, because this was the place where everybody came to do that.
The children's corner
used to be the school.
That's where the school was.
That's right. It was the school, wasn't it?
This bears the history of the whole area. It's absolutely.
And I think what's lovely is that we, in amongst all this history, is a church which is doing it today. If that makes sense, you know what I mean. It's not a museum to the past. It's so wonderful that we can live and worship in amongst all that history. You know, it's such a joy. We have school trip visits coming from lots of local primary schools, and they bring 100 odd kids at a time. Yeah, and it's a joy to be able to go.
Do you guys talk to them?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
You do that,
And it's wonderful. You have these 100 sort of 8-year-olds come in, and they kind of look with awe at this place, and then you say, right, off you go and explore.
Go and have a look.
Go and have a look. There's nowhere you can't go. Be careful. It's an old place, but you can go absolutely everywhere, anywhere you like. And they love it, and it's wonderful that we can do that, because it's not a sort of museum. No. It's a living church.
It's a living church which people come to, and also you've got a very big community here, haven't you?
Absolutely.
We have.
So what's important to you in this church, Alice? What's important to you?
What's important to me is the care and the communication with the people. The people, the community of this place is what is precious. I mean, the building is lovely, but if the building weren't here, the church is actually the people. Yeah. And what is glorious, Matt, as he says, used to work in schools before he became a vicar here. Yeah. So actually, his whole involvement he has brought into this place tons of involvement with schools, which most churches do not have, because most vicars do not have.
I think it's very important, isn't it?
So then you get the families. It's not a case of bringing in the children. You don't want the children. What you want is the family. Yeah. Because they will bring the children. Yeah. And we have all sorts of contact, out there with all sorts of people. Of people coming here all the time saying, "Oh, I'm over from Australia, but my great granddad, I want to find where's his tomb, and his name was so and so." It's like a world connection. Yeah. It is lovely that whenever I walk out there in the street, "Hello, Reverend Alice, how are you?" I think, "Who's that?" "Oh, you came to our school. You came and did a service." "Oh, of course I did."
There you go.
That is what is precious.
Yeah. What about yourself, Matt? What does it mean to you being?
I think what was really clear early on when I arrived, sort of in the first few weeks really of arriving was people were extremely friendly, and they would say, "Oh, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, I've lived in this place for such a long time. I've never actually been in the church. It's often been locked." And so we've worked really hard over the last couple of years to get the building open. It's now open every day. The place is open, and it's and every church would say this, but it's a place for everybody.
It is quite unusual, isn't it, to have a church that's open all the time?
Yeah, we're open every single day, and it's a really important part of what we do, because people will come in and want to use this place for all sorts of things. But the reason they come here is all different as well. So very often we'll find people who are mourning the loss of a loved one, people who are just seeking a bit of peace and quiet in a day. And I think it's really important that people know that this is a place for everybody, because if we're being honest, the church, big church, hasn't always been the most welcoming to certain groups, and that's not okay.
Do you find, though, that you get people who come in who are not religious?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because obviously people love coming into church.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love coming into church, because there's a thing about a church, isn't there?
Yeah.
And like I said, so you'll get people who are not religious, but you also get people who have a lot of faith. Yeah. And this is so important to
but
them,
also everything in between, because you can be a person of faith and be struggling. You can be a person of no faith and think, okay, well, I need all the help I can get here. I'm going to, whatever. It doesn't matter. The church isn't a kind of secret club for religious people. It's an open door
I like that.
for absolutely everybody. And you can come in. You don't have to be a Christian or any person of faith to come to a service. You can come and see. People come for the enjoyment of the music, as you say, for the children and family. I mean, we have lots of children who've come and brought their families and all the rest of it.
And you must mention what you do at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
the Christmas Tree Festival. I mean, that is for people come in here. One of the saddest things about the church is that people feel scared to cross the threshold, because they don't know what they're going to meet on the other side, and that is awful. Whereas at the Christmas Tree Festival, all the Christmas trees are up. We have all sorts of communities.
You do have some very strange Christmas trees.
We have some very.
People have got a great imagination.
Tell them about this.
I think that's the word, imagination, isn't it?
Yeah, the last year, so it always has a theme. Last Christmas's theme was "It's a Green Christmas." So it was, the idea was trying to use old materials, recycled stuff, make them into new. And people are so clever. The things that they come up with. I mean, the little coffee pods that you put in your coffee machine have been turned into bells. We had pine cones with Rudolph noses on them. It was just amazing. People are so clever. So
it was quite incredible.
Great.
And it's such fun, we have coffee, tea, mulled wine, whatever, music.
Now, my wife always says that. She goes, "Where's the mulled wine?" It'll be over there.
Over here. Exactly.
But that all goes back to you, doesn't it? It helps with the church, and it helps you. And then you obviously, anything that you write goes back to helping, like community projects that you do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the church doesn't make a profit. That's not what a church is.
But it's not their fault.
That's not why we're here. We are here to serve the community. So we have, bereavement support groups. We have baby and toddler groups. We have lunch clubs. We have tea clubs. We have, all sorts of things going on in and around a week, which offer people to come to.
What gives you the most satisfaction from the groups that you have? Is there any one that is quite close to your heart for both Matt and you, Alice?
Go on, Matt.
Wow.
I know it's difficult to single one out, but
I think the bereavement support group has been a real a source of comfort for people. I think we started that probably about 18 months ago now, I think it was, so, and it really started simply because Alice and I were having so many conversations with people who had lost a loved one, who were now perhaps 2 months, 3 months, 6 months down the line into their kind of journey of grief, with nowhere to go. They felt like nobody to talk to. The counselling options had run out. They feel like, I don't want to keep bringing it up with my family because it makes them sad, or people don't want to bring it up with them. And so it's a very, we do it once a month on a Monday. In the main hall, there's tea and coffee, and Alice always buys the nice biscuits, and people can sit and they can talk about their loved one or not. Is the truth. But you're in a room, and no two experiences of grief are the same. So it's not a comparison thing, but it's an opportunity to sit and go, do you know, I really miss him today. I really miss her.
And we do miss the people.
You need that outlet.
Yeah.
So I think that one, and we, people come. They might come. We have people who come every month. We have people who come once a month and never come again. Yeah. That's fine. It's for people, and that makes a huge difference. I think.
Is that the same for you, Alice?
Absolutely. The thing is to try and we're thinking about different ways of offering of prayer, for example, as well. Because we're trying to find something that is for everybody always, and the important thing about the bereavement support is that, as Matt said, there was a lady who came, she came on 3 occasions, and she said, she came back on the 4th and said, Alice, I'm not staying, I just wanted to tell you, thank you so much, this is what I needed to pull me through, and now I can continue. Now, if we can do... If God through us can do that in any sphere, with the little kids, that is the point.
Or a little hug.
Yeah, absolutely. A hug, a kiss. We are here. Yeah. If we can do anything.
And the thing is, you're not doing it to have thanks piled on you, but it's very nice, isn't it, when somebody does say thank you. And they say, you've helped me.
I think what happens a lot of the time, one of the great privileges of our role is that you step into things that people are finding hard. We go and visit people who are on their deathbed, or we help lead a funeral, and it's a real privilege to stand there in that place and kind of almost hold people's sadness and help them. Hopefully, you help them move forward slightly, and you do that when people die. You do that in weddings when people are, we help to join two people together. And it's a real privilege.
And have you found that weddings, funerals, christenings and all that have all changed over the years into what people want? Do they want different things now compared to years ago? Because I know I've been to funerals where it's been like a comedy festival. Yeah. Because it's just been I think total celebration.
I think the kind of the cliche of no 2 services are the same is always no 2 weddings are the same, no 2 funerals are the same. No. It's always very much centred around the circumstances and the person whose life we're remembering, or the couple we're celebrating, and we work as hard. We work hard to try and make it that sort of special occasion for people. So
they are. To every individual, they are a special occasion, aren't they? Whether it's a funeral or
you see,
a
the thing about funerals is that often you don't know the person who has died and whose funeral you have to take. I have been to funerals of people I knew well, of course, that's why I was there, where it was quite clear that the celebrant had never found out anything about them. They were just doing a funeral. And Matt and I, if we didn't know the person, we will find out. Yeah,
that's so important, isn't it?
Yeah, so that when we are taking it, we will be able to know. It is our business to know who it was, in order that we can take these beloved people through this, as Matt said, this really hard time for them.
Yeah, very much.
We're just there for a little while. If they come back to church, well, great, but we'll probably not see most of them again. Yeah. But we hope that we have done that we have brought them through being able to a kind goodbye, and holding the family, relationships and all of that. Yeah. It's as Matt says, it's an utter privilege.
Of course. Volunteers. I think you have a lot here, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the church would stand still without volunteers. It's very, the amount that Alice and I do compared to all that, we have volunteers.
How many volunteers have you got?
Oh gosh. I mean, loads and loads, 50, 60, 70. People do all sorts of things. Everything from cleaning to litter picking to working in the churchyard to working with the children's groups. People give up their time. Yeah. I think, that's one of the things that, somebody who was here this morning who said, it's a really warm and friendly church, and I think that's such a important thing because Alice and I could preach a stinker of a sermon. Yeah. People will still come back, or the music might be off key this week. People will still come back, but if you weren't made to feel welcome, you're not going to come back.
Yeah. And welcome is the big important word.
It's the really important.
It's the number one.
It's the most important.
Absolutely most important.
Very much.
Yes.
The other thing I was going to mention, you got a huge graveyard here.
We have,
It's actually Allegedly, I've been to. It's one of the longest graveyards in the United Kingdom.
One of the longest churchyards, yeah, absolutely.
Churchyard.
I mean, there's differing stories, but it's certainly one of the longest churchyards in the country. There are 5,500 family graves in it, and it's 9.5 acres long. 5,500. That's the ones we know about. There will have been, over the years, there would have been people buried there.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. And also you have the war grave section, which is actually quite moving. I've walked around that a few times.
Yeah.
And you read them and you just think, you were so young.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you did this, and there's some in there that the history on them is phenomenal. Phenomenal, it really is. And I was mentioning to you earlier, wasn't I, Alice? We moved here 10 years ago. And the second day we was here, came in, had a look around. And we love a graveyard because I think they're fascinating. You learn things.
You do.
Walked down and there's a grave to a Metropolitan Police officer. And because I was in the Metropolitan Police, and it sort of struck me. So that was quite interesting to see.
Absolutely.
And you've got the Lovejoys. Some of their tombs are quite unique as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not the regular sort of design, mausoleum type tombs. So that's quite interesting as well. But like you say, it does go a long way.
It does.
It is a big walk.
It is a big walk.
It's a big walk.
It's a lovely place to, people take their dogs or go for a walk with the kids or whatever. As you say, I mean, every grave tells a story.
I do.
And it's to people's lives, and as you will no doubt see as you walk through, tragedy happens, and people, and that's. Yeah. Hopefully, the church is at the centre of that, to help people.
Do you find that people who, say, no longer live here, and if they're going to have a wedding or another event, they come back?
Absolutely. Yeah, often we have. I mean, we had a couple this morning.
But often.
Yeah, we had a couple this morning who came here, young couple looking to get married. The groom, his parents got married here 35 years ago. And so they'd like to get married. Or we have,
lovely, isn't it?
We have baptisms of people who say, "Well, I was baptised here in the, the late 80s or the early 90s." And what's always a joy is that we've got the baptism register. So we go, "Well, let's have a look and go and get it." And you go, "Oh, look, there I am. That's what 30 years ago, whatever it was. I'm in the book."
You've just touched on a lovely thing there. The registers that you have, how far back do they go?
Yeah, so the ones we've got here at the church are more recent, so going back the last sort of 50 or so years, a bit more maybe. All of our more ancient registers are all held at Canterbury Cathedral in their archives room. Right. So people can access them, but obviously it's a bit more complicated. We've been, haven't we?
We've been.
We went to see some shiny stuff.
Yes, we did. Because we thought, well, they have special goblets and we had never seen them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So we made an appointment with the church wardens to go and see it. It's fascinating.
It was amazing, yeah.
Did you look at some of the old records?
Oh, yeah, you can see all these amazing things. I mean, it's just incredible to see the history of the place. As I say, everyone's got a connection somewhere along the line.
Very much.
Goes all the way back.
Very much. Yeah, I just thought about that when you said about register. I thought, that's when you understand more about your church, don't you? Because you're seeing something which actually is a part of history.
Yes,
absolutely.
And some things are very important parts of history, aren't they?
They are.
So, like this church.
Absolutely.
Which is, and the other thing that I love, up at the front on the right, on one of the, what would you call it? I'm just trying to think of the word. It's the list of names of everybody.
The board. The board where all the vicars are listed.
That's the one.
Isn't that great?
You knew where I was going.
I knew where you were going.
And there's one on there which is quite a unique name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you could say to children, go and have a look and see if you can find that name.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah, William Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. One of our predecessors as a minister here.
Yeah, that's right. Because we do it on the village tour and we say to people, just have, and they go, oh. So there you go.
It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing that the history of the place is incredible anyway. But to think they know the names of the vicars going back all the way to the 1300s is quite remarkable.
And I think we also have to mention the fact You've got the bell rings.
We're so blessed to have
I love listening. We was listening this morning. You have the door open and you hear the bells.
Isn't it great?
Wonderful. Yeah. Just love that. And yesterday they were, because they seem to play it all the time.
Yeah, so they practice on a Saturday morning and a Monday evening, and then they ring for all our services.
Yeah.
We're really blessed to actually, it was as a result of the coronation, there was the Ring for the King kind of campaign where people could kind of come and have a go, basically. Yeah. And they're thriving. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So if people
my son
want to have a go,
came here and he had a go.
Yeah.
And my son's blind. Yeah. And he was in, and they said, well, you can have a little go.
Yeah.
And, I mean, because it's a very clever thing.
It is
amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a proper skill.
You used to do it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah. I had to give up because the thing that you have to do when you're a bell ringer, you really do, is on Saturdays you go ringing all over the place. It's fabulous.
Really?
Yeah, so you go around, say, 4 churches, you stop off at the pub in the middle, and you go ringing, and it's a huge social occasion, and you just can't. I mean, I couldn't do that and the practices and train.
Yeah. So you have to have a balance.
So I had to have a balance. I had to give that up,
well.
and it breaks my heart because I just love ringing the bells. Yeah. It's just the greatest thing. You've got this rope in your hand, and you go, and it goes bong.
So they do it before every service.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's a call to worship. It's telling people that the worship's about to start.
And you can hear it a long way away.
You can. Yeah, absolutely. If the wind's blowing in the right direction, you can hear it a long way.
Very, very much. And it's the most... I mean, I sometimes would come round to buy a newspaper or something from the co-op, and I'll stand there.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
And it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just a nice thing, especially on a summer's day.
Yes, absolutely.
It's
for a wedding, it's always good as well, isn't it? Yeah. The bells
it's a great thing to do, isn't it? It's a great thing to do. So, in regards to your congregation, how big is it? I mean, I don't suppose you can put a number.
Not really. I mean, on an average Sunday, we'll get anywhere between 80 and 100 odd people, generally speaking, but the congregation itself is so much bigger than that, because obviously people might come every other week or come once a month. There's the church community. As Alice said, the church isn't the building, it's the people, and the church community is really good, and it's wonderful to...
The church is the focal point, though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's wonderful.
You will encourage anybody who's visiting St Peter's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
pop in.
Absolutely, pop in.
Say hello.
Come. I mean, one of the things that Matt has particularly emphasised since he was here was we want to do something for everybody.
Ooh.
So we will have, as far as we can. The one thing we're still missing is bands. We haven't quite got there yet. Bands of young people, but we are working towards it. Matt's got a youth group, but the thing that is going on is trying to get something for everybody. So come through the door, pick up a pew sheet, because you'll have the formal 8 o'clock service, which is Book of Common Prayer. You will have what we had today, which is the Sunday praise, which is not formal at all, and all sorts of things in the middle. But come, because there will always be something. Tell them about the youth group.
Yeah, no, we got a youth group.
Yeah, we started a youth group September 2025. Because we had young people in our congregation who wanted, so we're really...
Are you finding you're getting more young people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean we're really blessed that we've not had a Sunday without children and young people now for a couple of years. That we have somebody and we have a brilliant children's church, which is kind of like a sort of Sunday school thing. Yeah. They come and they learn the stuff that we're learning in the church. They come in, share their crafts. We have, as Alice said, we have a Sunday praise service once a month, which is very informal. We have activities. Most of the things we do are pretty informal, but nonetheless within the sort of different range and styles of the church. And I think it's important that we try and, as a parish church, offer that breadth for people, because something will appeal to everybody, but also that people can be willing to engage with something that they're perhaps not as familiar with, because you can always learn something from something new. And so it's been really lovely to see people exploring their faith in different ways.
So you're trying to go off in lots of different directions to encourage more people. And also, like you say, if you can get different groups going, that's good, isn't it?
Well, I tell you, one of the wonderful things that happened once Matt came was that the adults started doing the activities on a Sunday praise, not just the kids.
Oh, really?
So this was given to me by one of our adults today. I am holding...
Could you describe it?
So I'm holding... we were asked, because it's the story today of the woman at the well, people were asked to make a bucket in order that they could put their prayers into it, take it home, and put your prayers in it, in this bucket, which is, because we were talking about Matt was talking about living water today, Jesus bringing the living water out of the well. So I am holding this lovely white cup with water at the bottom and stars at the bottom, and all sorts of drawings, including a crab. So lots of seaside stuff, and pipe cleaners that hold it up. And this was an adult who made this.
Oh, really?
This was
I thought that might have been a child.
No. This was an adult.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
An adult man who gave me that.
Oh,
and he said,
lovely.
"There you go, Alice. Would you like to have that?" Yes, I flipping would.
And why not?
It's just lovely. The adults do this. It's not just the children.
No.
Because it's an all-age service
together.
rather than a children's service.
Yeah.
It's something for everybody, and there's different ways. We have today we had a bucket up on the altar for your worries. You can chuck them in the bucket. We have a board at the back full of water jugs, and you can write all the things that bring you joy, all the things that bring you life.
That's brilliant.
And it gets people
really
to engage
nice,
in a different way.
That's a lovely thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's done by everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody's had a go.
Yeah.
That wants to,
I think that's really good. That's really
There are
good.
always 3 or 4 things that people can do.
Yeah.
And there's sort of 15 minutes when people buzz around and do whatever it is. Yeah.
And the thing is now, the church has changed, hasn't it?
Hopefully.
Generally. Generally.
Yeah, I think the church has changed,
All churches have, though, haven't they, now? It's changed from... Because there were times when people were not sure, and like you say, with the door being open, you just say,
I think if we're being honest, I think there was a period in our history where church was the thing that you had to do to kind of keep faith, and there was a lot of pressure about that, and then there was a sort of rebellion against that, quite rightly, I think, and now, hopefully, the church... more generally is more bothered about serving its community, which is what it should have been doing all the long. We are, the whole point of a parish church is that we have a particular area that we serve. So anyone in that parish can come here, can get anything from support and advice to just come to a club or a group. I mean, it's open to anybody.
Or as you said, just come in and sit down
for a bit.
It's nice and quiet.
And I think that changing attitude of the church to say it's not about, you're expected here, but would you like to come? It's an invitation. You're welcome. I think that's made a huge difference. And here with the doors open and people able to come to a range of services, hopefully they feel. I mean, people say it's a really welcoming church. It's lovely just to come and
that is a nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you guys must be very proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's not. We could be as lovely as you want, but if everybody else is mean and grumpy, then that's not going to make any difference, is it? So the fact that the congregation are lovely and kind and welcoming and non-judgmental and just come as you are and see what happens.
Exactly.
And if somebody comes along and thinks, well, it's not for me, it doesn't matter,
no, of course
does it?
not.
Because they've come along, they've tried, and then you're going to get the other flip side, is you're going to get people who are going to come in and go, do you know what have I been missing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Do you know, because we have so many dog walkers,
Matt have a lot of dog walkers.
Yeah, we have a lot of dog walkers.
He's put a notice up on the front door that says dogs welcome here, at the level of a dog, just in case we have any reading dogs.
Of course, we never know.
And people say, can I bring the dog? Yes, of course.
Yeah, bring the dog in, come on in.
But you hit the nail on the head there, because Broadstairs, St Peter's, what do we welcome everywhere?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dogs.
Yeah. Dogs
it's quite unique. You go into a restaurant, you want to bring a dog? Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
You just think, wow,
Yeah.
it's a lovely thing. So touching on Broadstairs, what do you love about Broadstairs?
It's such a wonderful place. It's, I've got 3 young kids. There's beaches for as many as you could possibly imagine. I think we spent every day on the beach for about a month when we moved down here. The kids loved it. Different beach, different day. there's such a sense of warmth and friendliness, I think, as well amongst people, and there's so many things to do.
I know.
Go for a lovely walk or whatever. So we're very blessed.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
a lovely place.
That's good.
Absolutely.
I know you're saying you live in Deal.
Yeah, I live in
Deal
Deal.
is a lovely place.
Well, Deal is a lovely place, but I struggle very much because I feel very, very torn.
Torn between the
I
two.
do. I have always worshipped where I lived, and I was given this as a training parish.
Oh, really?
So when I was after I finished my training, I became a curate here with Matt's predecessor. And because I'm so ancient, I said to the bishop, listen, don't send me away, because normally when you finish being a curate, you're meant to go somewhere else.
Right.
Okay. And I said, please don't send me away, because I did feel called here. As soon as I saw the papers, just like Matt said, when he walked into the church, oh, this is it. I saw the papers that were sent to me, and I thought, oh, that's it. That's the place. And I feel utterly called to this place.
Lovely.
And I know that, I live with my husband in Deal, and I have to come here like this morning through the fog, whatever. It's fine. Yeah. I'm just used to driving here. So I don't know Broadstairs that well, but the bits that I know of it are just, there is a lovely feel of lots of different things just jostling together. There's a wonderful bar called El Marino, which I love, which is it's a Spanish tapas place run by an English chef, and his wife is whose favourite wine is an El Marino wine. Right. You've got the Albion, completely different. Yeah. You've got these things.
You've got a variety.
You've got Betty's. So the whole variety of where you can go, what you can do, as Matt says, it's not just one beach.
Yeah. No, of course.
And you've got the whole Dickens thing.
Absolutely.
This is a wonderful place to be.
It is.
It is just a joy.
So just before we finish up, I'm sure our listeners will be interested. How do you get to be where you are? Are you told you're going here? Do you have a time limit on how long you'll be here?
Okay. Yeah. So once you're ordained, you do what's called a curacy, which is the sort of training period of usually about 3 or 4 years. Yeah. So Alice did hers here, and I did mine up in Bexley. And once that finishes, you are no longer a curate anymore. You would be either a vicar or a priest in charge. Just depends on the church that you go to. But you would then essentially apply for a job like you would apply for any other job. You come and you're interviewed, and
it's a proper formal process.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Nice.
So we're not sent and told here. In other branches of the church, the Roman Catholic Church, it's slightly different. People are sent to a place and then told when they go. But no, in the Church of England, so I applied for this place.
Because I think TV gives a little bit of a different impression, because it's all like, you'll be going to this parish. Or no.
So when I finished my curacy in Bexley, I was sort of signed off. You get a period to kind of look for a new job. I was looking around, and I saw this one and thought, let's go and have a look. And we came and visited, and that was it. It was the only one I applied for.
And you've been here ever since?
And I've been here ever since, and it's a joy. And
you're the same,
I was already here.
You was already here, yeah.
And actually, Matt and I had both trained together as curates.
Yes.
Not before that, but
done some of our ministry training together.
We did our ministry training.
So we knew of each other.
You knew of each other. That's a nice thing, isn't it? That's a nice thing.
But you see, the other thing is I'm a volunteer.
Yeah.
I'm a volunteer. I'm an associate priest.
And you love it.
And I just love it. But of course, for me, the rules are the same when you train.
Yeah.
You train exactly the same, do exactly the same training. But because I don't have a pension, I don't have a vicarage, I don't have any of that. Yeah. I suppose I'm a little bit freer with, but I have the bishop's license to be here, and that's we are here under license. Yeah. We can't just do what we want.
We're here to serve these people at this time and this place.
Yeah. Say no more. So I'd like to finish up now with just something from both of you. What would you say to people to come and join you here?
I would say...
No pressure on people, but what would you say to people about the church, the congregation and the parish itself?
I would say to people, and I'd like to say it first because I'd like Matt to come after me. I would say to people, walk through the door and see how you feel. Yeah. Because this is a place of welcome. And to be honest, the world is a flipping tough place.
Yeah.
And Matt once said to somebody here, who was having a go at somebody else because they didn't like how they were dressed, right? Matt said, listen, this place, you can be however you want to be. Outside, can't always, but here, we can all be our own selves. Come and see.
Thank you. Matt?
I think I'd echo Alec. I mean, the thing that came to mind when you asked that was well, you're welcome. There's no compulsion to come to church. There's no
and
pressure.
those 2 words really sum it up.
You are extremely welcome, whether you are, a 3-week-old baby.
He's put extremely, so now it's 3 words.
Whether you are a tiny baby or you're 110, everybody's welcome, and that is one of the lovely things about a church, is that it's a real intergenerational community. People are welcome to come as they are. And to be how you are and to explore this part of your life. And whether that's through faith, whether that's through helping with community stuff, you're just welcome. And hopefully, through Alice and I and through the people who are here, you will feel welcome. You're welcome to come to anything that's going on and see what happens.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thank you for those 2 comments.
So welcome.
The extra word, extremely.
You are extremely,
Very good.
extremely welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for today. And I don't think there's any more I can really say.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
for asking us.
I've
Thank
really
you so
enjoyed
much
it.
for the privilege of it.
Thank
It's
you.
been lovely.
So thank you very much to Alice and Matt. Thank you for listening to Broadstairs Life. You can follow us on Facebook and various other social media platforms, including YouTube. Thank you for listening.